Hi, it's Michael Areno. And as promised now, I want to walk you through what Premier Home Theater Seating goes through to build your quality chair. Probably the most important starting point for us is the scissor lift or the mechanics of the chair themselves. Inside a chair, and the hard thing is when you see a chair today, all you see is the outer skin. And we'll get to that when we talk about leather. But this is a part at which we want to get inside the chair and talk about what separates from Premier from the competition. Inside of our chair is something we call a scissor lift. And it's a metal mechanism made by a company called Leggett & Platt. And Leggett & Platt is the Rolls-Royce manufacturer of the best mechanical recliner scissor lifts in the industry. Now, like most companies, they make an entry-level piece and they make a top-of-the-line piece. We buy the finest piece they have available. That's a 7-point mechanical lift. And I'll walk through what that does and what the differences are of some of the companies that have gone to a 3-point lift and have knocked off those kind of products and gone offshore to make them. This mechanics that we use inside the chair, the mechanism, has a lifetime guarantee on it. And that's so important for you because the comfort of that chair and the stability of that chair is going to be based on the mechanics inside, what's happening as it moves. Because obviously, different than your couch and chair, this has a mechanical movement to it. So anything that has moving parts wears differently or reacts differently. So let's talk about what a great 7-point scissor lift is. I'm sitting in a Lone Star right now, and it has a 7-point scissor lift, but it's motorized. It's an option that we offer. If it was a manual chair, you'd be able to pop open the lift, which would raise your feet, drop your seat slightly, and drop the back slightly. You'd be in a sit-up position to watch the movie. From there, you would be able to simply push yourself back, and you could recline into a full recline position. All of our chairs are incliners, meaning that they only take about 4 inches from the back wall. So in your room and in your theater room where it's important to be away from the screen, this gives you an extra 17 inches or so if you had to pull that chair away from the wall, moving you closer to that screen. So the incline mechanism is moving you forward. Our chair that I'm sitting in right now, like I said, is motorized. And I'm going to demonstrate by just the lever inside the chair. And as you see, I'm going to stop here. My back has not really gone back at all, but my feet have raised up onto the platform or the leg lift. And now I'm sitting in a great position to watch a movie. The farther back I start to recline, the back end of the seat is dropping just a couple of inches. And now that my foot is up all the way, again, sitting in a full sit-up position, the more I start to recline, obviously my back is starting to go down. Very comfortable position right now to watch a movie in. And this, again, is really only capable of a chair that has 7 points of movement in it. And again, as usual, you could go all the way down. And as I say, the only problem with a Premier theater seat is staying awake. Because if you get into this position, you're going to fall asleep during the movie. Now, the reason I bring this up, and it's so important, is in a 3-point lift, you don't have the ability to get this foot all the way up before the back has already gone down. And what starts to happen is in this position, if you were in an inexpensive chair, it is all one motion. To get the foot all the way up, the back has to be down. Ours, as I said, allows the footrest to come up before the back starts to come down. It's almost as if there was 2 mechanisms or 2 motors driving the chair. So again, in this position, very comfortably, foot lift up, and again, locked in because it's a screw drive or a worm drive, as we call it. So this is in a locked position, and that's the advantage of a motorized chair over manual. If I was in a manual chair, I would pop up, the footrest would be here, but until I started to lean back, the footrest could go down. You would then physically have to kick the chair back down into that locked position, but this is really an option that is probably in more of our chairs than not. With that mechanism, as I said, you get a lifetime warranty. We have the lever down in the cushion on a mechanical chair and a slight button lever here on the side of the chair to operate the chair. And every chair would have its own mechanism and its own lever to turn the chairs on and off. And that's really the basis of that. The bigger part of that is, and we'll move into the next part of this education, is the wood frame of our chair. The way a lot of inexpensive chair companies have kept prices low is they take this mechanical lift. It literally has 4 little plastic feet on it. It sits on the floor, and that's their whole chair. It doesn't even have a frame. They'll bolt on a couple of cardboard boxes, upholster them, put a cup holder in it, put on a back, blow in some polyester, and they've got a recliner. And we wonder why that chair is inexpensive. I'm going to move from here to what is a frame and what is the difference that we do with the mechanism that really adds so much structural integrity to this chair that will help it last a lifetime. So I hope that the understanding of these mechanisms helps you to understand as we step through the process of building a chair that we start with a mechanical device and now we'll start to build the chair around it. And I hope that helped, and if you have any further questions, you can contact me or your specialist here will be able to tell you the differences and point those out to you personally as you sit and really enjoy the chairs. Thanks again.